Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you guys are doing good. Today we are going to do a little review of my weekend trip to Yosemite, Big State Tree Park, and Red Hawk Casino. Um, this was done last weekend, so I want you guys to go through it. This might be the most random trip ever, but come with me as we go to Yosemite, Big Tree State Park, and all you can eat lobster, baby. Yeah, so um this was a spontaneous trip my parents wanted to do during the weekend. It was a 1 day trip on a Saturday, and we left at 6 a.m. when they wanted to go to Yosemite National Park, and then they wanted to go to Big State Tree Park after in Sacramento. Mind you, the drive difference between each park was around 2 hours, and so my dad rented a car from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. So we had 17 hours roughly to do everything in 1 day. My parents are older, so I took care of all the driving. So basically, I drove for like 6, 7 hours, and it was pretty fun. Not gonna lie, I had a blast. There was nothing wrong with that trip. If there's one thing I would redo, I would probably go a little bit earlier, spend more time in Yosemite because it felt like kind of rush. But just enjoy this little view in Yosemite. My mom was recording this time lapse for me, so that's why it's all wonky. But other than that, it's not. The drive there was pretty smooth. I'm not gonna lie. It felt pretty fast from San Jose to there. But we're about to approach our first. This is the first waterfall we saw on the road, but we'll get into it. This was the first stop we made while heading towards Yosemite Destination Valley. Enjoy this little waterfall. So yeah, I use a little camera to record the whole thing. But we walked down, and it was like a nice little waterfall with a bunch of rocks. There was a really nice view, and we got to be really close to the waterfall. Actually, here's my parents. They're just taking photos together. And I had to take photos for my mom. She had dressed up, and they took photos for me real quick. But it was pretty nice. But it was cold. The water was really cold. I stepped my foot inside the water, and my whole sock was wet. Luckily, I was warned to bring extra socks or clothes, so that was the right thing. But listen to this in a couple of seconds. It was so majestic and beautiful. Beautiful. So after that, we went to Yosemite Valley Destination to see the bigger waterfall. Maybe it's like around a 15 to 20 minute drive, but look at it. It wasn't that far from each other. It was a pretty beautiful drive, not gonna lie. So yeah, this is one of the main waterfalls that we were able to hike to. There was two across from each other, but we didn't get to go to the other one. I think I posted a photo of it too. Let me see. I'll do a little voiceover right now for it. So yeah, we hiked. Nobody wanted. I was shocked. Nobody wanted to get really close to the waterfall. So I tried to convince my mom and dad to go with me, and it wasn't that bad. But it was kind of hard for my mom because she's a lot weaker. But that's why you see me turning around a couple times in this video to try to help her up. Because, mama. Yeah, but there's only one person there. So I was like, wow, I'm shocked that nobody wanted to go see this. So I just tried to invite my mom and dad up there. This next part, my mom could not get up because. Wait, let me see. This part right here, it was like hard for my dad and mom to get up. But it was a beautiful view. I'm gonna let you guys enjoy this a little second. After this little view, my parents and I decided to drive over to Big Tree State Park, which was around 2 hours away. So enjoy. Just go over this Big Tree State Park. It was $10 to get in, and we went to the North Grove area. We did the North Grove Trail, which has 26 stops with it. I think it was around a 2 mile hike, and they give you a little booklet, like a whole story about the whole Calaveras North Grove Trail, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Like this one, they said this tree was 3,000 years old before it fell down. That was crazy, but so we decided to do the North Grove Trail, and I think this was like at 3 p.m. because it took us an hour to 4. Yeah, this is at 3 p.m. We took an hour to do a 2 minute hike because we were reading, slowing down. I was taking a lot of photos for my parents and stuff like that, and I was trying to read them the booklet because it was in English and they're not really good with English like that. And we just stopped to take hella photos. One interesting thing was that my mom was trying to learn how can you tell how old a tree is. I taught her that on a tree trunk or like a stump, basically, you can count the rings. The amount of rings is how old a tree is. And she was like, wow, she didn't know that. Because coming from Vietnam, she didn't know anything like that. Anyways, I was just reading her a bunch of stuff to my dad as well. But yeah, this hike was really interesting. I think I would do this again. But I would go on the further hike. I think it was called the Three Senses Trail, which would be really beautiful. I don't know if you can camp here, but it's only $10 per car to get in. Other than that, it's very, very pretty. When I went, the weather was actually really nice. It was sunny. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold either. There was not that much people, which I was kind of surprised. But at the same time, it was at 4 p.m. I didn't know what time the state park closes. But it was really nice, empty. We got to enjoy our time there. We also took our time because our reservation for later was at 6:15, I think. Yeah, but I was trying to explain to them every little thing that I know about trees and stuff like that. You see me talking to my dad, reading this out to them. It's pretty, once you get older, going traveling with your parents are pretty fun. Because they never get to experience this stuff in like their homeland country, you know. Yeah, this is the part right here. Oops. So this was. So this is when. Let me go back a little bit. So this is when I was telling my mom how you can read how old a tree is, and she was trying to count the rings. But yeah, we just kept walking through it. Like I said, it's a 2 mile hike. But it's all flat ground. It wasn't steep or anything. I was wearing Crocs the whole time. It wasn't that bad. I liked it. There's some shade areas if you guys wanted to walk. Right here as well. Let me see if I can slow this down for you guys. Let me see. Coming up right here. Yeah, so I was trying to tell my mom, if you count these rings out here, you can see how old it is. Because I was telling her how the booklet says, oh, this Garden Grove tree is like 3,000 years old plus. And I was like, yeah, you just count the rings and you can see how old it is. She didn't know. What scared me was there was a big old spider right here too. I don't think I got in the video. There's a big old spider. I was resting my hand literally on the stump, and the spider literally crawled right here, and I screamed. It was crazy. Anyways, we kept walking. One of my, I don't think I got it on video, but it was like a really big stump. Yeah, it's called the Big Stump, and that's at Station 1. I think if you guys ever go there, take a photo there. It's really, really pretty. Yeah, I was just taking photos of myself here. My dad was doing a big panel photo over us. It was three trees combined into one tree jump. I thought that was cool. But yeah, this is like towards the end. Just remind you, there's 26 of them. Just trying to get speed through this real quick. But yeah, I think you guys should try this. Alright, so after that big Tuesday Park hike, we went to Sacramento Red Hawk Casino Buffet out. In there was Kyoto Buffet. It was $59 for Friday and Saturday, and they only do all you can eat lobster. My experience was okay, I would say. I would do it again, but I don't know. I'll do it once in a while because during this video, let me see. I'll let you. You can see that there's not that much options, like barely any options. That's why I only recorded myself eating one lobster instead of all four, because it looks repetitive. But like, I'll show you guys the options. So this was the steamed snow crab I got. So then I decided to start walking around. I saw, okay, this is California Rose right there, Inari, and then that whole section right here. Let me show you. This whole section right here. This whole section was literally just orange chicken, fried rice, chow mein, and like Chinese food. It looked pretty oily, not gonna lie. So I didn't stop by there. And then so I was like, okay, let's check out what they have over here. And that was barbecue southern food. They had that section had turkey, sausage, baked potatoes, mac and cheese, ribs. The ribs look really dry though, I'm not gonna lie, so I didn't take any. But I took some mac and cheese, I walked over, and I was like, this buffet has nothing at all. Like, you see fries, fried catfish that looks fake, and calamari and butterfly fish. So I was like, oh, it's T-bone steak. You know, what can go wrong? T-bone steak or ribeye? But the ribeye did look dried. So yeah, this is me waiting in line for the butter. Butter was really good actually. I don't know why this took forever, but I had the Cajun butter, which was pretty good. You know me, gotta drink a Diet Pepsi right here. Love me a Diet Pepsi. Sat my ass down, took a photo. Let's see how it goes. So first thing I dove in was the steak. Mind you, we didn't eat all day. Like, me and my dad didn't eat all day. My mom decided not to go because she felt like she couldn't digest lobster and food like this at 7 p.m. because we got reservation at 6:15, but there was a line till 7, and we had to leave Sacramento by 8:20 to make it back to San Jose by like 11. So it was just me and my dad, and it was alright. I tried the snow crab. It was alright. It was overcooked. It's overcooked when it sticks to the shell like crazy. Like, every time I cracked it, nothing would come out. Like, I had to peel it individually like that. And it was salty too, not gonna lie. That's why I didn't dip that much butter between them. It was still good. This is my dad. He came back with 2 plates of shrimp scampi, scallops, a bunch of seafood, clams and stuff like that. But yeah, this is me just eating the snow crab legs. Nothing crazy about it, to be honest. Like, as me recording my dad eating his shrimp scampi. My dad is a big scallop fan, so since shrimp scampi had baby scallops, he took 2 plates of it. He told me to try it. I didn't like it as much, to be honest. Even though I'm a fat person, I did not like it. But yeah, I just continued eating the steak. It was not bad. It was kind of dry. but eating it with the mac and cheese was really good. And then I tried the shrimp scampi. This is me peeling the lobster. So right there, I was looking. Oops. I was looking at when I peeled the lobster. I was looking at the head, and I asked my dad if he want the head because the head has these like I don't know, it's like babies. I don't know these red gak. We call it gak in Burmese, and he likes that. So I left it in the bucket for him. Well, he kind of forgot about it. However, this is me opening up the first lobster. I tried to pinch it down the middle to crack it. It was pretty hard. However, I just pulled the tail down, pull it all out. Like the lobster tail is huge. It was amazing. I'm not gonna lie, I would eat that again. And this is the claws. I broke the claws off. And these are the knuckles. I didn't really care for the knuckles because it was like such a small piece. And I knew I was gonna eat more lobster, so I didn't really care for it. I know that was a waste of food, but this is one of the big claws that I had. Just digging into it. I had to make sure I had to get every little piece of it. As my dad took my plate of shrimp scampi, I told him he can have it because I wasn't a big fan of it. But this is me cracking it. I just pulled it out. It was pretty good. A big chunk of meat. Not gonna lie. And then just me trying to finish the steak. It was pretty dry. I finished with the mac and cheese, I believe. But the steak, I was not a fan of. Yeah, I was telling in the video that only ate one lobster. Or I mean, only showed you guys one lobster, but I did eat four lobster. I ate four lobsters, and then I ate the salmon roll. It was not good. The salmon tasted fake as well. I also ate a couple more snow crab clusters, and then I think that was pretty much all. There was nothing really good. The prime rib didn't look good either. The ribs looked dried. All the Chinese food looked oily. The soup did not look good. Like nothing really looked good at this Kyoto buffet. I guess it's worth it if you go just for the lobster and the crab. But there was nothing that was really stood out to me. My dad didn't like it either, which was crazy. But after that, we went to the casino. You know me. You know me. I love playing craps. Started with 100 and did the Iron Cross. Ended up winning $115. But this is me recording the casino. It's a pretty big area. It's a big casino too. Like it was pretty crowded for a Saturday night. The craps table. Oh, this guy won on the god roll, so we were winning. But this is us. We did valet. We gave him a $15 tip, so which is not bad. So I included some photos towards the end. This is a. Oh, let me see. Let me see if I can find this video. This was a tree that had like a disease on it. Let me see if I can find it. No. Let me see. Sorry. Give me a second. This is like a tree that had like. No. Nope. This one. Oh yeah. So this was tree number 14 from the big state tree park. It says that these large growths you see here, like these fingers, that's why I took a photo of it, are called burls. They form in response to disease and injury. This group also has been affected by fire. Fuel often builds up between closely growing trees, causing large burn scars when ignited. Let me see what else it said. So this is important for our ecosystem because it provides food sources, I guess, for squirrels and chipmunks. They have hazelnuts in it, so I guess that's pretty cool. But this tree had, I guess, a disease or injury to it, which was interesting. This is a picture of me with the oldest log here. Nothing too crazy. Me with their photo. This is my mother. My mother. This is when we got really close to the waterfall. There was a lot of mist, and we were getting wet the whole time. Like we were getting soaked, but I was able to take a quick photo before we left and ran off. And then this is a photo of us three at the first waterfall. My dad, my mom, me. My sister didn't want to go, so I thought that was fun. Picture of my mom. Then a picture of my mom. But yeah, that was my review of um going on an epic adventure with my parents for the first time. But thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Please subscribe to me so I can take my parents out on more trips. Peace out, guys.